What's up?
Today we're going to be talking about the Lakers' loss to the Miami Heat, 115 to 104. They lost the game by 11 points, but the Lakers are still ahead by. They're still ahead 2-1 in the series. Do you have any stats for us?
Yeah, all right. So we're gonna toss around some stats in this game. Obviously, we know the Lakers didn't play their best game. Miami had their backs up against the wall. Jimmy Butler, aka Jimmy Buckets, brought it to the game. He scored a pretty good triple double. Um, so they were ready to play. They were hungrier than we were, um, and it showed on the court. We were flat. They started off the game with like a 13-point lead in the first quarter. They did that in game two, by the way, but they really out hustled, outworked, and did what they do well. Um, and what I mean by that is they played Miami ball. And I'll give you guys some stats right now. For example, I'm gonna start off with the Lakers because the Lakers are my squad. And even though they lost, it's 2-1 in the series. Game four is tomorrow at 6 o'clock. But let's talk about the Lakers stats. All right. LeBron James had 25, 10, and 8. 25 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists. It's not bad. I mean, it's respectful. It's two assists away from a triple double, but it's not LeBron esque. We didn't feel him in the game. We didn't feel him take over. We didn't feel him make a huge impact on the game. So I would say it wasn't his day yesterday. AD 15, 5, and 3. 15, 5, and 3. A lot of that had to do with his early foul trouble. I think he played wild. He tried to do too much early. He picked up 2 fouls, and he didn't play that much in general. And by the time the game moved along, he kind of lost his mojo a little bit, and that's why he only had 15 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. He got outworked. He got punished. Game two though, he was incredible. As you guys know, he was an absolute beast out there, and today was the absolute opposite. So um, we'll see what happens in game four though. I suspect he's gonna have a good comeback game. As far as the other players on the Lakers, worth noting, Dwight Howard, um, 4 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. I mean, the guy was nowhere, barely played, wasn't aggressive, didn't bully anybody, didn't get under anybody's skin, didn't play his game with the Lakers. Green, the guy's getting paid $15 million to play some defense, shoot some threes. He had 2 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist. Green had, again, 2 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist. Rondo, okay, we know that he's been shooting threes like crazy, which is abnormal. But he has an effect on the defensive end with his long arms, his vision, his assists. He had 4 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists. So those three players, Howard, Green, and Rondo, played below their standards. Um, Kuzma was okay, so, and also Morris, he was all right. But the difference in this game, in my opinion, is the fact that these three guys didn't, play up to snuff, and AD had an off game, and LeBron was just so for him at 25, 10, and 8. That just shows you how great the guy is. Look at Miami. Now we have to look on the other side. Jimmy Buckets, 40 points, 11 rebounds, and 13 assists. Everything was running through him. Everything was running through him. With the injuries of Dragic and Bam, he had to do everything pretty much. Now, he also played 45 minutes out of 48, so I suspect he's going to be kind of tired. We'll see what kind of energy he has in game four tomorrow. Jay Crowder, big dude with the dreads, corner threes all day, had 12 points, 8 rebounds, and 1 assist. Hero, I love that guy, young 20-year-old with a little snarl. Although it's kind of premature, you can't have a snarl yet, young man. But he's a baller. He wasn't shooting that well, but he ended up with 17, 3, and 2, and then Olenek, former center, I believe, from the Celtics, 17, 7 and 1, and that guy's shooting threes too, man. So we'll see how they play next game. I suspect that the Lakers are going to come out with way more energy. LeBron James and company walked off the court with 10 seconds left. They weren't too happy, although they didn't really say much after the game. But when you walk off the court like that, you're not happy. And of course, Jimmy Butler was talking a lot of smack. So to look at some team statistics, though, the Lakers shot 43%. The Heat shot 51%. From 3, the Lakers shot 33%. They were 14 of 42, so it wasn't dropping for them. While the Heat shot 35%. As far as free throws are concerned, the Lakers are not a great free throw shooting team. They shot 75%, and Miami, opposite, 91%. They're just making their shots. They're just free throws are free throws, and with Jimmy Buckets driving to the paint all the time, he's getting fouled left and right, making his free throws. Kind of like Michael Jordan used to do. That's Michael Jordan-esque, you know. Drive, get your free throws, make your shots. All right, and points in the paint. And this is where the discrepancy is. When I say, where's Dwight Howard? We haven't seen McGee. Anthony Davis had an off game. Points in the paint. 34 points for the Lakers. And 52 points in the paint. How do you give up 52 points in the paint to the Heat? That's got to be an energy thing, man. I can't think of anything else. Effort. As far as the rebounds are concerned, they're pretty close. 43 to the Lakers, 37 to the Heat, and I believe the Lakers out rebounded them significantly on the offensive board. So there was some effort there. At the end of the day, it's one game. The Lakers had a gentleman's sweep against every other series in these playoffs. They lose game 1 and they win. They lose game 1 and they win. So it wouldn't surprise me if they come back.
Another thing I wanted to add is that I feel like the Lakers will come out shooting next game. I feel like LeBron's going to have a big game. I feel like AD is going to have a big game after he disappointed yesterday. Yeah, and I'm expecting a big game from the Lakers tomorrow.
All right, so it's a loss. It's one game. If the Lakers go up 3-1, you better believe this series is over. I know Miami fans have hope, but we're not sure what's going on with your injuries. I still say the Lakers will probably end up with a gentleman's sweep again. And we'll just call this the, 2020 COVID gentleman playoffs. The gentleman sweeps. That is all I have for the Lakers today. And we'll talk to you next time.